Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Buppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. Going to be having an awesome PvZ for you today. Let's start by introducing the players. Up the top right side of the map, it is going to be Jaedong. He is, of course, 24 years old from South Korea, plays for the Evil Geniuses team, and if you don't know who Jaedong is by now, then, well, you really should watch more videos on my channel. And yes, his opponent up the top left side of the map is going to be MaNa. He's 20 years of age from Poland, plays for Team Liquid, so very, very awesome. Very, very awesome, and we'll see exactly how we can pull this off. Double gas. Very, very fast. Almost certainly going to be for a super fast Stargate off the Cyber Core. And going to be looking at doing some fast harassment versus Jaedong, who is going for a pull first build. And MaNa actually getting in there and blocking the hatchery. Very nice. So maybe seeing another worker going to be coming down here. Because MaNa, I don't know if he can keep this up all day. I think he is going to die in a sec. So he's got to take control of this guy. Puts down a pylon at the very, very last second. And that sees Jaedong is going to have to go for a third base somewhere else. Or a expansion somewhere else. Looking like maybe the gold. Maybe this. I just do not know. He did have a pull down first, which is going to be helpful. Going to be able to get a couple of lings out. But it looks like this thing actually got cancelled. So Jaedong can build the base now, but so delayed. So delayed. And there goes the Cyber Core. So yes, looks like we're going to be seeing an early Stargate coming out of MaNa. This is all beautifully timed to have 150 gas out exactly when he needs it. So yes, there we go. There we go. He's actually gone for Warp Gate tech straight away. So not the Stargate we were expecting, but I still got high hopes that he's going to be building that. Here we go, a couple of lings coming out, and he's got this Dayglow red thing sort of going on. It's not red, it's like hyper red or something like that. I don't know, I've seen it quite a bit, but maybe I just have to check on what the actual production, the actual color selection stuff is. So anyway, MaNa, he's got the major gas going up, but he's not really making a huge use of it. I mean, the Mothership Core coming out, the Warp Gate tech coming out nice and fast. But no, I wouldn't say that he's really using that fast gas too much. I mean, if you wanted to go for the sort of play that you're going for, the Warp Gate into Mothership Core, you'd probably get the Mothership Core out like a minute later and just go for one gas, and you'd still be fine. You'd still be able to build Stalkers and all that sort of stuff. But he went for the very early 2 gas, and he's only mining 2 off each one of those though. So either, that's fair enough. If he was mining 3 off each and he was just doing this, I would say no, it's a bit of a waste. He's only doing 2, so he just wants 4 workers mining gas, not 6. Which is fair enough. I'd still say he's not quite using all the gas that he's getting though, but yeah, well, I mean, he's doing alright, and it's not like a ground shaking mistake. If indeed it is a mistake, maybe he's got something up his sleeve. So anyway, Jaedong just continuing to move on with his stuff. Hasn't really got any advanced tech on the way as yet, and just setting a bunch of lings out there. He's not even getting ling speed, I don't think. Oh man, I'm so tired for some reason. Oh. Anyway, let's just get stuck into it. It seems like it's all over the place. Like, I get up at like 8 in the morning, and then I'm fine for like a few hours, and then by like 11 or 12 noon, I start getting tired again, and then around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, till about maybe 6, I'm fully awake, and then yeah, I start falling asleep at 10. So it's really just all over the place. But anyway, these guys going to come in. Oh, very nice work trapping those guys. The Zealot taking some hits, but overall I really like that play from MaNa. The Sentry is really working out for him, and all of those lings dying basically for no reason at all. So very nice play by by MaNa, and Jaedong getting caught, just pretty badly caught there. Oh man, so sleepy. Alright, and now Jaedong has moved on to the second stage of his plan. I don't think he's really hoping to do much with those lings, but he is going to be hoping to do a lot with these roaches, and the roaches are coming out. But The question is, are they going to be able to stop MaNa from doing anything to the third base? And I think the answer is yes. I think the roaches are really solidly going to lock down that third base, and I don't think MaNa has enough right here. He has to think about some higher level tech, which he hasn't thought about as of yet. Double Stargate coming down though. That's not a bad idea. Warping those guys out, that's going to be good, but double Stargate is not going to help him in the next minute or so. This Immortal will though. If you chrono boost that out, get that out in time, that could possibly help him. But it's going to be a bit touch and go. Jaedong has a lot of roaches in there, and he does have to bust up this ramp though, which is going to suck for him, because force fields could bisect those guys, and the roaches, it's going to be bad. He's actually got a Warp Prism in here, chucking down a couple of Zealots and managing to get him out at the last second as well. So they didn't kill too many, only 3 workers dead in total. It's not a huge amount, so Zealots possibly were hoping to do more, but in the end it did not. However, that sort of stuff is going to buy time for the Immortal to come out, which can only be a good thing for Mr. MaNa. So he's got his Immortal out now, and yeah, looking like he's in okay shape, I'd say. Those 3 Zealots definitely could have been used in this line, because there are not a bunch of units. He's mainly focusing on his sentries to actually hold the roaches back, and then the Immortal to finish him off. But he definitely needs another Immortal, and the 2 Void Rays. Once the 2 Void Rays get out, this army is going to be in a lot of trouble, because we know that he can bisect the roaches when he needs to. He can divide them up, but I'm worried about the total DPS he needs to actually kill all of those roaches, and I don't think he has it yet. Another Immortal will help, but the 2 Void Rays is really, really going to help. Oh, it is the Observer over here, man. Where is the Observer? Because that Ling is not coming out by itself. Warp Prism thinking about coming in again, but does get shot a few times by the Queen, so not really going to help too much. Yeah, just Ling didn't manage to block the Nexus, but is seeing everything. So sees the Immortals, sees the Mothership Core. I don't know if it's seen the Void Rays yet. That's an interesting play. The Void Rays are actually over here, so that's pretty good. Hiding the Void Rays while he can, which is nice, because it means that it's going to delay the point at which Jaedong is going to go for anti-Void Ray stuff. He is already getting an Infestation Pit though, which is a very, very nice anti-Void Ray option. So we'll see how that actually works. Getting chased away once again. Still only 3 workers dead, so not having too much more luck with those Void Rays, and that Mothership Core, sorry, the Warp Prism is sooner or later it's going to get blown out of the sky. So there we go. And Jaedong just seems to be happy right now to macro up his 65 over 54. And very surprisingly, Jaedong has not moved on this base yet. I would have thought that he would have, because this base, even with these forces there, is just wide out in the open. He has a very, very large roach army. Or he had a large roach army. I'm not sure where the rest of his roaches are. I think they're all over the place. But he's got a very decent amount of roaches. Where are the rest of these guys? Over here. I thought he would have moved in and taken this base out. I mean, this third base was relatively open. I thought the roaches would have gone in and smashed it, but maybe too late right now. I think it's probably too late, and he has to start worrying about the army from MaNa coming on in and doing some damage. And yeah, so here we go. Warp Prism dropping stuff off. No anti-air to take out the actual Warp Prism, but the Zealots all got absolutely owned right there. So, yeah, and MaNa continuing to pump Void Rays, continuing to get Colossus. What do we got to go over here? Swarm Host starting to pop up in this map, and those Void Rays are going to be very, very nice versus the Swarm Host, versus the Roaches. He needs anti-air, and he needs it right now, because, yeah, right now those Void Rays are going to be devastating to Mr. Jaedong. He's got nothing to deal with the Void Rays at all. They can pretty much go around and do whatever the hell they want. And he's building up a large enough number that even Spore Crawlers aren't going to be any sort of a decisive deterrent for those Void Rays. Nice job by the cannon there. 6 kills. And the main army manages to get back in time to see these roaches out of there. So good job there by Mr. MaNa. And yeah, he's just got to keep up with these Void Rays and hope that Jaedong doesn't have a counter for them. But I would be extremely surprised if Jaedong doesn't have a counter for the Void Rays. He's getting Mass Queen at the moment, which is not a bad option. It's not a terribly good option though, although I'm not sure what the best option is here anyway. I mean, Hydra's in the middle of a Swarm Host pack is definitely a good option, and we do know that a lot of players do like to do that. Oh, look at this. He does see them, and the Roaches were hoping maybe to snipe a couple of Colossus there, but in the end they did get knocked back, and the Void Rays coming over here looking to just go in there and do some damage, see what they can take out. Taking out a couple of Overlords. The Hive would be a great hit right there. And I mean, it's not like Jaedong has anything to deal with these Void Rays. I mean, he's building Vipers. What's he going to yank them into? He needs anti-air DPS. He does not have it. Not have it at all. And he's getting two-pronged attack by Mr. MaNa. Here we go. The Void Rays, the Queen, sorry, is starting to come out. And he's actually yanking in the Void Rays over there. So very nice. Killing two birds with one stone right there, knocking off those roaches and getting his Void Rays out of the way. So maybe the Queens are his plan. I can sort of see that, but that's not going to help if you're attacking the Protoss' base, because the Queens are just so slow, and the creep spread's starting to get there. But overall, Jaedong is starting to look a little bit shaky in terms of the forces he's building. I mean, he's building Swarm Hosts, which is good. He's got 12 of those so far, which is very decent, but he hasn't got the anti-air support for the Swarm Host that he really needs. I mean, Queens, I'm not sure I'm happy with them as anti-air support. And really, I feel like MaNa has the play right here. He's just taken out two bases. His Void Rays are coming in. Look at these Swarm Hosts, man. They just sat there waiting for the Void Rays to get in. And Jaedong, I'm really not sure what he's doing in this game. He's got some ideas. He's building some units. He's doing some things. But it doesn't seem like he's got an overall strategy that he really expects to work. I mean, these Queens against the Void Rays, they're just not getting the job done. And I don't expect that Jaedong thought they were going to get the job done. It doesn't seem like the play that was going to win him the game here. I mean, Hydras, yes. Infestors, yes. Infestors against Void Rays is a fantastic option. And we're starting to see Infestors come out now. We're starting to see 9 of them. Maybe he didn't know there were going to be that many Void Rays, but I'm not sure I buy that. I mean, this is Jaedong right here. He must have known there were going to be a ton of Void Rays on this map. He saw them being built, and here we go. He's actually going in with the small ground units, doing some damage here, taking out this base. He's got the Roaches coming in there as well, though these guys are going to get taken out. So he's doing some nice economic damage, but overall, I mean, MaNa is just slapping him around the face right here with these Void Rays, with these Colossus. He's doing a great job. The Infestors are finally out, but it may just be too late. I mean, look at this. Jaedong's economy is in tatters, and meanwhile, MaNa is holding off fairly well. He lost his third base, but I mean, the rest of it is quite okay at the moment. He's doing a pretty good job, and now he's moving in. And the Infestors, I mean, Jaedong should have had Infestors ages ago. Ages ago. He should have been fungling these Void Rays ages ago, and he wasn't. He just wasn't, and it didn't really seem like his game plan really... I mean, the game plan he had 5 minutes ago was not all that good, and by the time he got around to it, everything was going downhill. So, yeah, I gotta say I'm surprised. I'm surprised at the way that Jaedong played this game. I know every game can't be perfect, but yeah. It's not so much a case of MaNa was the better player in this game. It's just the fact that Jaedong just didn't have a good game plan in this game. He just didn't. He just didn't. And MaNa just went in there and kicked ass. So there we go. It's if you want to see a game where yeah, it's beautiful, and MaNa did a great job. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this game, and yes, it's very interesting. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another one. Should be awesome, and I'll see you guys then. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.